Actor Darius McCrary finds himself as a trending topic this morning, but for his courtroom antics instead of his popular role on the hit TV comedy Family Matters.
Wow, Edo, what luck. The girl of your dreams just dropped in.
Hey, baby. Home now.
Known for his role as playing Eddie Winslow on Family Matters, Darius McCrary stood before a judge earlier this week for some more serious matters. McCrary was arrested in California earlier this month, stemming from a missed court appearance in Michigan relating to his failure to pay child support. But he chose to represent himself during the hearing and even presented this motion before the court.
Based on the fact that the 50th District has completely continued to violate all of my rights, my 4th, my 5th, my 14th Amendment, my right to due process is constantly trampled, and I've figured out why, because under due process clause of the 14th Amendment, personal judgment is void if rendered by the court, which has no jurisdiction over the defendant. That's Penmore versus Neff, 95 U.S. 714 24L ED 565, and Michigan has no jurisdiction. Before we proceed, we need to establish jurisdiction.
All right, so let's break down the courtroom conduct, shall we? Let's get our guest's thoughts on Darius McCrary's initial statement and that motion we just saw he made before the court. Let's bring back in attorney David Bruno and welcome in entertainment commentator Holland Reed. David, I want to start with you here, please. He's not a lawyer, but he was really good spouting out, his rights and citing amendments and due process. What'd you think?
Yeah, I'm making a special appearance for David Bruno on this one. And that is, listen.
We're going to get to that.
I mean, that's a little odd, right? But I'll tell you what, he was hitting the points. He actually was hitting the points on extradition. Because anytime we talk about extradition, what first has to be established is the jurisdiction of the original court, that the defendant is the actual person in the complaint or warrant, and then there's a process. It's the extradition process. So there's an old adage that says, he who represents himself as a fool for a client. But Eddie here didn't do a bad job, honestly.
Yeah, I was impressed. I mean, he definitely researched the issues. I was impressed for a non-lawyer to come in there and make that argument to the judge. I thought he did a fine job. Holland Reed, we want to know what you think, please.
Julie, you're going to know what I think, because this is the case of, are you delusional or are you actually really smart? It's like, stay in your lane, play your part. You're an actor on TV, but maybe not. You might want to be careful when you're defending your life, your livelihood, and your rights. But I will say, to David's point, I agree with him. It was cringy to watch, but also very, informative, because he did know what he was talking about. I will say, though, when the judge told him to get a lawyer, I was like, yeah, maybe do that, only because he was coming off a little, not necessarily unhinged, but you just want to make sure you have the degree behind you when you're defending yourself. So, I mean, he did come with the facts. He came with the facts, but still, nobody wants to see it. It was a little cringeworthy, but not terrible.
You're right, Holland. Yeah, it was really not a bad start. That's a good way to put it. It was not terrible. Yeah. A decent start for a non-lawyer representing themselves in the courtroom. So then things changed a bit for him in the courtroom. So he had this to say while responding to the state's reply to this fugitive complaint that was filed against him. Let's watch.
So did you care to respond before the court rules on your motion?
There's no injured party, Your Honor. Oh, I'd like to also say I'm here in special appearance.
Special appearing for who?
I'm here on special appearance.
Sir, who are you specially appearing for?
I'm specially appearing for Darius McCrary. I'm here pro per special appearance.
And when you say you were here pro per and special appearance, who are you?
I'm an authorized signatory thereof of the estate and the executor of the estate.
Who's the state?
The McCrary estate.
And your name is?
Darius. I'm the authorized signatory thereof, Darius McCrary.
And your name is?
Darius McCrary.
Oh, so we're asking, should Darius McCrary act as his own attorney? We know he's an actor. Holland Reed, you're an actress. I want you to weigh in first on this, please.
Julie, I feel like from now on, I just want to be here on a special appearance. I just want to just speak in third person. I've never heard that, and you as a prosecutor, I'm sure, like I've never heard anyone stand up and say that about themselves and speak in third person. I think that also is kind of like where Hollywood can really kind of remove you from reality. You're in a courtroom. You're not on special appearance. You are yourself representing yourself. So again, cringeworthy, not terrible, but very interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the first time I saw it, David Bruno, I thought, oh, he doesn't sound well here. What is going on? It's like a strong start, and then what is happening here? But then when I watched it again, I thought, is he confused thinking that he wants to put his appearance on the record? You know, like we say, you know, good morning, Julie Grant, representing the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Your Honor, you know, and I introduce myself. Is that what he's doing? I want to know your thoughts, David.
Oh, I'll tell you, who knows what he's doing, honestly? But this is a child support case. He's not paying his child support. And then also the prosecutor made an argument that he's a flight risk because he was arrested like at the border of Mexico. And the argument is that he's developing real estate in Mexico, and that's why he was down there. I mean, round and round and round we go. How about just pay your child support? Okay, then you can get out, and then you don't have to make special appearances, and you don't have to do all this legal work that you have no idea what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, it's really sad. I mean, so this warrant's issued, and he gets picked up on this warrant. And so that's why the challenge of, you know, the jurisdiction here. And he's going, wait a second, I'm in California. What's up with this in Michigan? And so he was right to question things. But yeah, like you said, David, if he wasn't paying, and we don't know, want to be clear on that, he needs to clear up his problems if there are some outstanding bills that he owes. Perhaps he should go back to acting. I loved him on Family Matters. I love that show. Who else was a TGIF kid growing up? Holland, David Holland? Yeah, I mean, Family Matters. We lived for that, didn't we? What'd you say, David?
Did I do that?
Did I do that, Urkel?
Did I do that? Yes.
Right? Holland, what do you think? Do you think he can get back into acting at this? No, you're fine. I mean, what do you think? We know he was a big child star. Do you think he should maybe think about going back to work?
Yeah, you know, Julie, it's funny that you said that because the first thing that came to mind was Lindsay Lohan. It's like we just wanted her to get back in her groove, and her redemption stories in Hollywood are always the best stories because when you get off kilter, when you kind of like lose your way along the way, especially coming from being a child star, it is hard to get back on the horse. But when you do, and we get to see people working their magic, we love that. We root for that. No one is looking at, you know, Eddie Winslow and saying we want him to fail. We want to root for him. So I think he needs to go back and find a job as a lawyer on television. What are the shows that are out right now? I feel like he could probably play one very well.
He should. You know what? There's a new one premiering tonight. I can't wait to watch Boston Blue, Donnie Wahlberg's show. You know, maybe he could be a lawyer on that one. That would be great. Yes. You're right, Holland. He did a fine job in that first part of the hearing. It was really good.